DC here. Hi guys and gals. Well, lunchtime. Yes, it's a lunch break vlog. Nothing to do with walking in the woods, just sitting down and enjoying. And I'm in the little woods across from work. Not sitting at the same place as usual. I thought let you listen to the birds. Well, they're more quiet now, wouldn't they? You know, that's the way it is. They were so loud earlier that I thought, like, what is this peace and quiet thing of the woods? But it was nice sound. It had nothing to do with with cars. You can hear a bit of a rumble of cars in the back. I don't know if you can actually, but in the background you can hear a faint rumble because there is a highway, a main highway, motorway that goes across not very, very far from here. You hear those? It's kind of nice. Well, it's hump day, Wednesday, so now it's all downhill. On the weekend, I'll be co-pastoring, so to say, the Sunday service with one of our preachers, a woman preacher, just by the way. The Reformed Church where we are, they do allow women preachers. I won't get into the details. I know some people don't like it. And for others, you know, it's not so important. Well, it's kind of funny because we're going to be talking about, I chose the subject actually, but it's one of the, I would say, a triangle, David, Nabal, and Abigail, and the other triangle would be David, Uriah, or Uri, depending on which Bible translation you're using, in Bathsheba. Now, the one that we're talking about, some people are walking along here. Every time I start talking, people come along. So, the idea is, though, I mean, without getting into the sermon as such, the introduction will be done with a video, because we've got a beamer in the church, and what I did is I walked up to the caves. Some of you might have seen pictures of those caves on one of my last or second for last YouTube video. Well, before making that one, I made an intro at the church, talking about how David used to hide in caves and so on. And well, that will be kind of funny because, of course, the people said, oh, you really have no problem talking into that camera. It seems that you're not shy or anything. I said, well, I've got a few YouTube videos under my belt by now, so I guess I've gotten used to it. I've also gotten used to people walking along. Although the other day, it was kind of interesting to see how those people, that was the before last video, the people met me in the woods, and man, I gotta say, I had never got looked at so strangely before. I think they probably never seen a camera or something, I don't know. Or at least never seen somebody pointing it towards themselves and not towards something else. Anyway, doesn't really matter. So that's going to be a kind of a special thing on Sunday. Hope it goes well. And yeah, so like I say, co-pastoring, because I'll be doing part of the sermon. And also when it comes to the communion part, I mean, I'll be taking full participation in the communion. So yeah, those of you who might, there might be only 2 or 3 of you actually who still listen to videos that might remember that. We'd ask, there was like different secrets about ourselves, and at one point I had said that I would have probably liked to have been a pastor. Yeah. Now I wonder. I mean, it's when you see actually the life that pastors go through, I think we probably have it easier. Yeah. Well, what else? Well, Mrs. DC's got a bad cold, like a bronchitis or something. She had to go to the doctors today, medical doctors. And because she's off from work for at least 3-4 days now. And a little bit of an update. I think I did say the last time that Dago had this growth, which was malignant, in his mouth, which was taken away. But, well, Mrs. DC has a feeling another one might be growing right next to it. I don't know. I looked at it. I'm not yet convinced. But yeah, he's getting on there. I mean, I don't know what it's going to be like actually if things get worse. What to do? Never been put into that type of situation before. Yeah, just nice. I was reading again another Louise Penny novel. I quite like it. The fact that it all happens to, be around the part of the country which I lived in. I see these names, and it reminds me of, different aspects in childhood and so on. Yeah. So kind of reminiscing there. Yeah. One thing that was going on in my thought process the other day was the way YouTube has been evolving as well. It's funny, when I started out on internet, there was forums, and we just used to write things. And then all of a sudden you could see things. I mean, there was pictures, there wasn't just text. And then YouTube made that we could actually have video. Wow. And now, most people seem to have gone away from that, and they're going really almost full blast to Facebook, which is back to text again. Yeah, there are some pictures, but essentially it's text. Games, I suppose, as well. That's probably the other thing that people get into. But games existed then too, in a way. They're different. So I was wondering, it's like a bell-shaped curve. You went from one side where there was text up to the apex where there was video and everything. And now people seem to be going back to what it was before. Is that supposed to be evolution or devolution? I don't know. You think about it. I have my own opinion, but I think that actually it has to do up to a certain point with ease, and maybe actually also with shyness of oneself as well, I guess. There's no measure. I guess when you put a YouTube video up, there's how many views, how many comments, and is there some type of competition, or I would say a grind? Oh, I was going to say, I got all these small, but self-worth somehow involved into it, but it doesn't seem to be the case. Maybe in Facebook, because in Facebook you just write and you kind of hope that people will put a like or something, I suppose. Well, I think I've been talking long enough. How long have I been talking? Let's see if I can see that. Put my finger on here. Oh geez, 7 minutes 41 seconds. Gotta stop. I'll be DC signing off. And hear the birds. Yeah, have a nice one. Take care. Bye-bye. Close this thing again. Bye.